Sharks, we come in all different tones and hues, and there's no one size fits all when it comes to the color of our skin.
So that's why we created Browndages.
A line of flesh tone bandages made to match all individual shades.
So Sharks, when you wear Browndages, people see you and not your wound.
We're on a mission to heal, uplift, and inspire the community around us.
Browndages has 5 different shades of flesh tone bandages, so whether you're chocolate and divine like Damon, or fair and fabulous like Lori, we have the bandage for you.
But we don't stop at just flesh tone bandages. Our character bandages were created to inspire our kids to dream big and become whomever they want to be.
All while healing them at the same time.
So Sharks, you can't put a bandage on all wounds, but for the ones that you can, Browndages have you covered.
So in front of you, Sharks, you have our amazing first aid kits, our flesh tone bandages, as well as our kids bandages.
So, very cool idea, okay?
Appreciate it.
But the bandages industry has to be a multi-billion-dollar business globally.
Yes.
Why wouldn't they just add this to their existing
Yeah, that's gonna be my question, honestly.
So they actually did try to do that. One of our bigger competitors came out with flesh tone bandages as well. Last year, when this happened, all of our followers, all of our supporters, they had our backs. They told the world that, no, it's already been done. And when that happened, we actually ended up selling out of our product. And we were doing this before it was cool to do it.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, they've gotten behind us, and they've been extremely supportive. Last year, we had maybe 10,000 followers on social media, and within 6 days, it went up to 75,000.
Yeah, what happened?
Around that time, the country is in a little bit of social unrest, so people are already standing behind Black-owned, small-owned businesses.
What were your sales during that time?
During the 6 days, we had $130,000 worth of sales.
Just in 6 days?
In
Just
6
in
days.
6 days.
Whoa. And that's when we sold out.
We sold out completely.
And to manufacture it takes some time. So we were sold out for about 3-4 months.
What were your total sales last year?
It was around the $140,000 mark.
So you just blew through your inventory right away,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When were you able to replenish your inventory?
Not until
November 2020.
So the
Okay, so
end of the year.
November 2020 to now, how much have you sold?
Probably like $50,000.
So what's the normal sales and where are you selling your product?
Our normal sales, honestly, is around $7,500 to $10,000 a month.
Right.
And we sell exclusively online, our own website, and it's all word of mouth. It's all social media.
Got it. So you're all direct to consumer.
Yes.
But as of right now, we're not in any big box stores.
We're in the process of trying to get into some right now, which is why we need your help.
Have any reached out to you?
Yes, we actually, last year, we were reached out by Dollar General, but the only thing about that, we would have to sign an exclusivity deal with
For how
them.
long?
And
How
we
long?
couldn't do that.
Good for you.
How are you compared to any type of other bandage?
Price-wise, we're very competitive.
Very.
Yeah. The tins, those retail for $4.99. We bought them for $127. The paper boxes, we sell those at $3.99. We bought those for 63 cents.
Okay, my first impressions, I think it's pretty cool. I'm glad they addressed right up front, because I know I had seen these before.
Yeah.
This is actually back in 2020. It's one of those things like, gosh, yeah, as soon as you hit the market, that's the reason why a lot of people get patents, right? Is so that when they hit the market, they don't see this giant, big, probably, let's call it, it's Band-Aid, right? Coming in with the exact same thing. In this case, a colored Band-Aid, I wish they would have talked about, could you have sought patent protection for that? The answer is no. I mean, a different color, only changing the color would be an obvious change. And so unfortunately, there likely was almost zero potential for a utility patent. There's would be a really big stretch to go for a design patent on maybe the packaging or some really, finite details with respect to the adhesive or something like that, but really wouldn't stop Band-Aid from doing what they did anyway. It sounds like they were able to make some sales, and all the Sharks perked up when they heard sales.
It's super cool. I was actually just thinking kind of about this the other night. I was watching Simone Biles do her floor routine, and she was wearing like a skin colored knee brace. And I was like, oh, that's interesting, because usually they're going to be black or tan or something like that, and hers was kind of skin tone colored, and I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. They do have a trademark registration for Browndages, so that's cool. I like the name a lot. It's kind of what we're trying to get clients to go towards, which is, find the name like Band-Aids and play around with it and add some suggestive element to it to make your own word. I mean, conceptually, it's a great brand.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think so too. And so they're selling online, at least as of the filming of that, Shark Tank pitch. If they were to go into big box stores, would that change? Would they need to go protect it a different way, or the way that they're selling?
No, I don't think so. They have a couple different registrations, one for the word mark Browndages, and then one for one of their slogans. They could probably come back and kind of round out that IP portfolio by adding maybe a design mark to protect the logo, potentially something like, they mentioned they do a lot of online sales. So, that online retail store application would probably be appropriate. I know I kind of hammer that every week, but it's a big blind spot for a lot of clients and a lot of clients' attorneys. They just don't realize that there's an online retail store class that protects real estate trade.
Yep. Very cool. Love it. All right. Well, we reached the end here of our normal broadcast. We're on deck for next week. I think we do have a guest. Looks like we got one more comment here from Mr. Boslin. They're into their packaging, so they could work on some trade dress protection as well. That's a good thought.
Yep. That's a clever packaging. You could do a trade dress application.
Yep. That's good.
I'm actually working on a trade dress application right now for a coffee company.
Okay.
They do. They have a really unique store look and feel. So we're going,
that's cool.
Going big league with them, and we're doing some trade dress on the interior design elements.
Wow. So that does mean drawings, right?
Yeah, it means drawings.
Do you get your pencil and paper out, or do you have that hired out?
No, I'm not very good at that, so we hire that out.
Cool. So the trademarks can get technical.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Trade dress can get very technical. So
that's neat.
It's expensive to do it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, and the USPTO is going to need some convincing, but we'll try it.
When you say convincing, does that mean you've got to come with either legal argument or some sort of a
potentially we'll have to make the argument that this is actual trade dress, in that it does have consumer recognition, right?
Okay.
So we might have to do some sort of survey evidence or something like that.
Yeah. Is there like a ballpark, like for a restaurant? I mean, if someone was just opening the restaurant, they would have almost zero chance, I would assume, of a trade dress protection. Is that right?
Yeah, they need to be in the marketplace.
Okay. Roughly how long? I mean, it's hard to say exactly, but what's a rule of thumb?
Well, I mean, that kind of gets more like acquired distinctiveness. So acquired distinctiveness isn't one of the elements that's required for trademark registration for trade dress. But if there's any doubt as to whether or not this trade dress actually does function as a trademark, namely connecting consumers to a product or service, then you could make the acquired distinctiveness argument at that point. That would require 5 years of continuous use of that particular restaurant layout, look and feel.
Yep. Love it.